There's a phrase that's going around a lot that a lot of people like to say is that, well, Jesus flipped tables. And it's usually a justification for acting aggressively or fighting against someone or pushing back against a perceived slight or an offense or something. But what happens is when we hear this phrase, Jesus flipped tables, or we use that phrase, is that a lot of times what's happening is that we're misusing it and misunderstanding what's actually happening in this story. So if you're looking for it, it's found in Matthew 21 and Mark, I believe it's 12. And what happens is it's right before Jesus is crucified, is during Holy Week, and he comes into the temple and he sees all these people. They were selling different things that people needed to sacrifice, and they wouldn't take Roman money. They would only take this special temple money that they would do, and the exchange rates were just astronomical. It was crazy how you could change it back and forth. And basically what they were doing is they were profiting off of people trying to worship and making it difficult for people to worship. Well, Jesus saw this and saw that people were actually honestly and earnestly coming and spending their hard-earned money just trying to get everything they could to worship God. And these people were making it difficult and almost impossible. And so Jesus went and flipped tables. What he was doing, he was overturning the religious system, not a political system, not some type of offense or some type of social issue. He was trying to overturn a religious system and say, look, you have turned what was supposed to be a house of worship into a house of robbers. And what actually happens when people say that Jesus flipped tables is actually more akin to what happened in Luke chapter 9. When Jesus and the disciples were heading into Jerusalem, they were coming through Samaria, and they told people ahead, hey, prepare for us because we're coming. And the Samaritan said, no, you can't come. You are not welcome here. And so James and John came to Jesus and says, shall we call down fire from heaven to burn up this town? And Jesus rebuked them on the spot. And he said, no, that's not what I came for. That's not what he came for. And so if you're tempted to say, well, Jesus flipped tables to justify bad behavior, you need to understand that, like, okay, are you doing this because you're angry and you feel unjust, or are you doing this because you're trying to be like Jesus and upset an entire religious system because it's preventing people from worshiping God?